I want us to discuss sleep, why it's important to help your baby to try and sleep well during the day or the night, and what it really means to have a type of routine or structure when it comes to sleep and your baby. So sleep is the foundation for a life that is filled with zeal, energy, patience, joy, the ability to concentrate, the ability to just be calm, content, and happy. When you as mom or as a parent is having issues with sleep where you're not sleeping, you're moody, you're irrational, you feel depressed, low in mood, low in energy, you're unable to concentrate. That also happens with your baby. So if your baby is not sleeping enough for their age, they are cranky, they're unhappy, they are unable to concentrate, and they just seem to be a very cranky baby. When it comes to sleep, I would encourage you that it is important to put your baby in a structure, because when you do, and you do the same thing in the same order every single night, then you have a baby who is calmer, because you know what? They sleep better and they're healthier because they develop better. What does it mean to put your baby in a routine? So let's start with a sleep habit. 1, ensure that they have a daytime structure and a certain bedtime routine. And this bedtime routine is you're putting your baby to sleep at the same time every single night, and you're doing certain things in the same order every single night. Then you also think about, where is my baby sleeping? They should be sleeping in their cot alone, because that is what is recommended to avoid any risks that come with the sudden infant death syndrome, which is SIDS. So anytime you're trying to put your baby on a structure, think about those things. Now, with your newborn, let's say your baby is 6 weeks or 3 weeks old, you've got to think about their awake time. How long has my baby been awake? Now, if you forget anything I say, this is the most important thing. You've got to watch their awake time. And for a 6-week-old or a 3-week-old, this is give them at least 12 weeks. Your baby should not be awake for more than 1 hour, 30 minutes max. So, for example, if he or she woke up at 7 a.m., by 8:30 they need to be asleep. If they're not asleep, your baby will be cranky, will cry themselves to sleep, or will fight sleep. So if you're putting your baby to sleep and they're already crying, imagine, I think you've passed that window. It's called the awake window. And you have a few minutes of this sweet spot that if you put them to sleep, they'll sleep well. If they're crying to sleep, then it means you had passed that window. So I'd tell you to please watch that awake time, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Now, the other thing in terms of structure is bedtime is so important. If your daytime looks madhogadhanyo, like things are just not working, for the night, you can start there by saying, you know what, I'm not very structured during the day, but for my night time, I'll be structured. This is what you do. Put your baby to sleep at the same time every day. So if you choose an 8 o'clock bedtime, start by bathing them an hour before. So let's say at 7 p.m. every night. This is the order that you will use. You bath them, then you put oil on them, and you can massage your baby, especially from 6 weeks. It's good to start massaging them. Before 6 weeks, you know, they're like, oh my gosh, I don't feel like, they may cry, they're not enjoying it. But from 6 weeks, it's a good time to start massaging. Once you massage, then you put the pajamas on. And then you sit down in a dimly lit room and you hold your baby and you breastfeed. Once you breastfeed your baby and they've had enough, then burp. You can also burp like this. Yeah, you burp your baby and then put your baby down, swaddle your baby to sleep, and then put them in their cot. Now, swaddling is a good sleep association. If you are wanting your baby to have good habits, try to cut out some sleep associations that are negative. A negative sleep association is every time it's time for baby to sleep, they've got to be rocked, shaken, bounced, sung to before they sleep. So when you do that, that's when your baby will know, okay, it's time to sleep. So try and get good sleep associations. Swaddling is really good. So as soon as you put in a nice cocoon, then the baby knows, okay, fine, it's now sleeping time. Let me try and sleep. But you've got to catch them at their sleep window, which is 1 hour, 30 minutes. Once your baby is 3 months old, they can stay awake for 2 hours. So if they wake up at 8 in the morning, put them back down at 10. At 10, they sleep maybe for an hour. At 11, 2 hours later, it's time for them to sleep. So if you watch your child's awake time, it will be great for you. Now, it doesn't mean you have to sleep train your baby. It is it's a topic that is debated passionately. There's some who are against it, fiercely against it, and there's some who are for it. But I'll tell you this, if you are struggling right now putting your baby to sleep, they're not sleeping during the day, because there's some moms who say, my baby never sleeps during the day. They should sleep. They need to sleep during the day, because then they are calmer, happier, more content. They'll be growing and developing well. So your baby does need to sleep during the day. Try to get a structured routine. For the daytime, it's just they wake up, they eat, they play, and then they sleep. They eat, they play, and then they sleep. 1 hour, 30 minutes. And then for nighttime, there's no play. It's just eat and sleep. Have your lights turned off at night. You don't need to turn on all the lights when your baby wakes up at midnight or at 2 a.m. in the night. You just try and turn on a very dim light, breastfeed your baby, not much playing or contact. I mean, not contact, but eye contact. Fine, look at them, but you shouldn't stimulate them enough for them to wake up, so that they know the difference between day and night. So those are just a few tips for you with regards to sleep. The takeout, remember to watch your baby's awake time and try to have a structured routine, especially when it comes to bedtime. They need to sleep at the same hour every single night. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you haven't subscribed, please remember to subscribe and share. If you need any questions answered, you can text me on the numbers showing on the screen. You can WhatsApp me. You can even send me an email and I'll get back to you. Nurturing Moms is here to support you, to educate you, and to empower you.